So my next build is going to be the Fujimi IJN Fuso in the 1/350th scale. The Fuso is probably one of my most favourite ships just because of the overall layout, and particularly the Pagoda structure. I went for the 350th scale because after finishing the Mikasa, it was such a big build. It just took too long, so there's several boxings of the Fuso. I went for the premium edition. It's a bit pricey, especially for what you get being a premium version. It's not as much as you'd expect. The box isn't sealed from the factory, which is surprising, and I did actually repack it because it wasn't very well packed. There's several sprues, and what I'll do is I'm not going to go through every sprue, but I'll pick out any ones of interest, the hull being one of them. There's multiple slide molded parts as well. We'll have a look through, like I say, we'll pick particular ones to look at. And we have a one-piece deck, which we'll have a look at because there's some good stuff on here. So for being a premium edition, there's an additional Photo-etch, brass barrels, and a mask set for the deck. But we'll have a look at that. Don't believe a wooden deck's available anymore. We've got top folding instructions. Again, we'll have a look at that shortly. And then lastly, we've got a poster size sheet with the overall ship and colours, although it's really just grey and red. And I've got the colour call out down the side there. So let's have a look at the deck. All the sprues are individually bagged, which is good. So you can see there's multiple holes already formed for all the deck vents and ammunition boxes, etc. But some of the stuff that's already on here is like these skylights. They're very nicely molded. And of course we've got the deck. It's very fine. So for the hull, you can get an overall size of the ship in 1/350th. It's probably around about the same length as the Mikasa in 1/200. So look at some of the detail. So the steps is all molded in, as is the degaussing cable. We do have some panel lines on the underwater hull and at the front here. This isn't connected. You can see it's been scratching the hull. What's interesting about this is the way the sprue gates attach. So as you can see, they loop over and connect to the hull in a face it's not seen, so you've no connection points to worry about cleaning up and affecting the join. So that's a nice touch. Also comes with a stand, which I won't be using. Here's some of the smaller armaments. So these are 127mm twin anti-air guns. For these guns, I did actually purchase some aftermarket 3D printed ones. So I wasn't sure just how good these are going to look, but I've seen them a bit up closer. These are going to be pretty good, I think. I'll do both and we can compare. having the big Pagoda, obviously we've got multiple decks. And again, these are very nicely moulded. They're very crisp and sharp. Even the underside support structure ribbing is really nice, being injection molded. One or two little ejection marks, but on the whole you get away without replacing this with Photo-etch, I think. It's really nice. Here's another one of these secondary guns I'm going to show. Again, slide molded in the barrels. They're very nice, and again you can see the bores on the end, or hopefully you can see the bores. This sprue has got literally, because there's two of these, hundreds of deck vents to do, and they're very nicely molded. However, you can see some's missing. That's because I've been using these to measure up, because I went ahead and started 3D printing placements for these, purely because, I mean, some of these there's like 50 plus to do, and to clean up a tiny round part with two sprue gates on them, it's going to be soul destroying. So I'll replace these with my own 3D printed ones. And then we've got some ship's boats as well. Okay, so here's a funnel. We've actually got some pipes. You run up the funnel, and again, for the size of them, these are very well molded. It's a funnel top, cap. Just a note on the sprues. So although this looks like one big sprue, I was caught out. I was just checking that everything was in the kit, because we've got an sprue N, O, Q and P all in this, which is one sprue. So you pull this out and you see N or one of the others, and you think that's it, and like, where's the rest? But it did catch me out, and thought, because the box isn't factory sealed, I thought, oh, someone's been in here and taken, but it was complete. Okay, so here's what we get with the premium version. You get a deck mask. If you can see, I'm not going to open this and unfold it, I'll just leave it, but you can see it's all cut to fit around the various deck structures. So this will be handy, and I've planned ahead on when I'll actually use this. And then part of the premium set is you get the various replacement turn brass barrels. So you get the main 14-inch, and then some of the secondary ones. Oops, make sure I don't lose them, because this barrel wasn't sealed. And then we've got the Photo-etch sheets. It replace some of the finer structures, like these frameworks here, and the ladders, handrails, the catapult for the seaplanes, radar. We've got arches, davits. Now, it doesn't say anywhere on the frets, but based on the instructions, I believe the Photo-etch is provided by Mark 1 Design, or KA models, but it's Mark 1 Design. They're very similar structure and layout. Now, I have went through each of the part numbers and each of the frets, and surprisingly, based on the limited amount of instructions we get, every part's accounted for except for davits and one or two ladders, which is really good, because on the Mikasa, the Mark 1 Design instructions was absolutely shocking. We've also got our correction sheet here, and it's just pointing out some holes need to be drilled. Part number corrections. I'll have to translate what that is, but something's happening down here, and possibly part number corrections again. And it looks like I've supplied a new T sprue for that. We've got some flags. Now these actually aren't decals. I think they're sticky sheets by the looks of them, and they're all cut for folding and whatnot, so it might be easier than trying to work with water decals. We've got a nameplate here, we've got some chain, and these look like water slide decals for flags as well, so you've got an option. But that is really what you get in a premium set, and you actually pay a premium price for not much extra. So all the other ships in this range, the 350th IJN battleships, etc., by Fujimi, they're very, very expensive compared to your Tamias and Trumpeters and whatnot. So, but like I say, Fuso is probably one of my favourite ships, so I thought this would be my next build. The instruction booklet is actually in portrait mode across the top. You get a photo of the actual ship, some additional photos. Now I have translated some of this already, and it says this might not be the correct year of the ship. That's the model. So the model is 1944. I think some of these might be 1943, etc. So some instructions on Japanese haven't translated. And then you get the colour callouts. We'll quickly go through. We've got the hull, and as you can see, there is a number of bulkheads which should stiffen up the whole structure very well. Then we've got props, skegs, prop shafts, rudders, and then surprisingly step 3 is the seaplanes. Again, just attaching some of the secondary ornament. So as you can see, in 14 we've got 45 ammo boxes, so I've 3D printed them myself purely to reduce time cleaning up. But all these attachments, such as the deck vents, etc., there's all pre-holes in the deck for them. So again, multiple ones of these I've replaced, or will replace with 3D printed N5. There's some deck winches here, and again I went ahead and got some Aftermarket by Infinity. So these need to be built up out of brass, and I had a quick look in, very involved, but just to see, the actual mouldings might be fine, but I thought I'd just put in some extra details. Also, where it shows you the parts, it gives you the part number, how many there are, and then on the top view it gives you where they go, obviously. But also we've got a plan view, and it shows you the legend here, and it shows you where they are. So you've got N12s and then 6s. Also it shows you here, you've got a clear view down top as well. Using the legend, again, some of the smaller anti-air guns. What I'll do is I'll work out what these are, and I'll see if I can find comparable Aftermarket. Again, once they are assembled, they might be fine, but I've got give me the option. Main ornament, and then the exciting part, in my opinion, is the Pagoda. It's just incredible just how tall it is, and the different deck layers. Of course, they're all observation platforms, and that's how you get the binoculars on the stands. Then the funnel, again, the funnel structure is really interesting once you've got all the additional platforms with the bracing, etc. And even the funnel itself looks really nice. And then we're getting to the final assembly, where you've got the various structures going in, and then the final bits and pieces going on. And then a photo of the ship model, and then the Sprue callouts. So like I say, everything's in the kit. It was there, despite my initial concern. And then another photo in the back cover. So that's it. I'm not sure when the first part or part 2 will come out when we start construction, purely because I really want to do some progress on the CRAS plastic and paper model and get a video of that out as well, so it's not stalling. Hopefully this will be of interest to you, and you follow along.